Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Dota2 Champions League, powered by Epic Esports events as well as Face It. Congratulations to Prodota for, well, winning game number 2 because they keep themselves alive in game number 3 because Escape Gaming gave them a hard time in game number 1, so they thought, oh, they pulled up their pants and they did a good job taking it out 6-30 in game number 2 with a dominant Alchemist draft. And they seem to be going for the same track strategy here, Kunkka, Shadow Demon. But before we go on any further, I'll introduce myself. I'm Lysander. I'm going to be joined here by Mike Loris, my co-caster. And yeah, I want to talk to you about the draft. Did we see some Game 1 stuff for Escape Gaming and Game 2 stuff for Prodota Gaming?
Alright, so I think it's going to be a lot more of an even playing field now that Escape Gaming aren't going for a really weird, jank, lone druid type draft. They got the Sand King. I mean, that's Kazu's comfort zone. The Mirana as well, something that Yapzora plays a hell of a lot of, although you could very easily give it to Koikfa and find success there. And for the Prodota side, come with me just coming off fresh of an amazing Kunkka game, so he's probably going to run that back. And Biver playing the Shadow Demon again, so who won more? Game 1 or Game 2? That's definitely going to be the question here, because it seems like both teams are just going to take their winning drafts and slam them up against each other.
Yeah, well, it's, I don't know. Okay, if you had to choose and pit Game 1's Escape draft versus Game 2's Prodota draft, who do you think will win?
What did Escape have in Game 1?
That
they
had
like 20-minute
Anti-Mage.
break.
Yeah,
the Anti-Mage
yeah,
build.
the Anti-Mage, Sand King, Mirana, Nyx Assassin, and
That's actually really close.
Escape
Like,
Gaming's
you don't ever
talent
do that
bag.
because like you draft differently based off of what you see, but those two drafts are pretty evenly matched. Like the Anti-Mage build versus the Alchemist build. I'm actually not sure what draft is better.
I feel like
there.
Anti-Mage can actually kill Alchemists nowadays because
Yeah.
because of how big the mana pool in Alk is,
5
so
seconds
you can actually
remaining.
kill him with a huge mana void. So it's not exactly the worst thing.
Reserve time.
But I think Era is more comfortable on heroes that
Dire team
can be
back.
farmed, more farmy heroes compared to heroes like Razor, more
Gaming's
the
turn
brawler
to
type
ban.
ones. And Quickfire, I feel like a lot of the potential of the guy as a player is wasted playing Lone Druid. To be honest, I would like to see him on the Tinker, or maybe an Invoker that he played so great yesterday. So
Dire
it'd be a
team.
shame if they go out without trying one of these strategies.
Well, no Tinker, so that's not going to happen. I mean, we've seen Era have some pretty mediocre games. Like even in the game that got them here, winning that best of 1, he was
Escape
kind of like a
Gaming's
suicide Tiny, and
turn
that's
to
one
bid.
of Era's more comfortable heroes. But he just never really got that kind of scaling point in the game. It doesn't really seem like this meta is super friendly towards players like Era, who usually angle almost exclusively towards the late game. Like, try to get him a
10
little more involved
seconds
early, and
remaining.
it's a little bit more hit and miss, but put him on a hard carry, and he's going to deliver almost every single
5
time. So,
seconds remaining.
we'll see if Era and Kaiser are both able to put a little bit more of their
Reserve
play style
time.
into this game, but Prodota get another comfort hero. Kefka's Bat Rider is pretty scary.
Well, one thing that scares me about Bat Rider picks is that usually teams try to mitigate it by going Venge or even Legion Commander, and those two heroes don't exactly have the highest win rates. Venge still has her uses, but Legion, I feel like the pro scene hasn't really played it to best effect. But Silencer, it could work. It is good if your Silencer isn't the one getting pulled by the Bat Rider. If you see him jump in, you hit the silence button. He just initiated himself, so it's
10
kind of
seconds
see who
remaining.
has the faster finger. I think I'm not sure who's gonna be playing the Silencer. It does look like a
5
Syndran
seconds
thing.
remaining.
So we'll see. I like the draft so far. The Silencer
Reserve
Sand
time.
King, it does ensure that the epicenter goes off without any hiccups, in theory. So we'll have to see. I mean, the last time they ran a Silencer, I believe, was it Escape? No, I don't think Escape ran Silencer before. But another team played Silencer on day 1 or day 2, and they did run it.
Yeah.
They ran it with a Sand. They ran it with a Sand King as well. So there's that.
Well, I mean, Silencer is kind of just a softer counter to a Bat Rider. Like you mentioned, two heroes that can immediately break the lasso. Silencer can't really do that, but he can make it so that whoever is hit with that lasso is probably not going to die. Like the right click on Pro Dota is not, well, maybe with the Luna strong enough in some situations to get the kill, but you're only working with right clicks at that point. So that is kind of nice to have up against what Pro Dota have. Not to mention the fact that Shadow Demon Kunkka combos very easily disruptible by the Silencer, and they get another hero who's kind of Bat Rider resistant, very anti-Luna hero as well in the Juggernaut. So this Silencer is pretty well positioned, and I'm not usually super high on Silencer. I don't really think the hero is that great, but in this game, like based off of what Pro Dota have in their initiating and the Bat Rider and the Shadow Demon, you can mess up their initiation so hard and then counter initiate with the Sand King and Mirana. There's so much value to that.
Yeah, definitely. The only question is what player is playing the Sand King. Yep, so might want to grab his hands on that Mirana, and we might see Keizu's Sand King again, which was decent in game number 1. So in day 1, and they ban out the Slug. A really smart choice here. Usually, Slug's a go-to when you want to dispel any hard disables like Bat Rider. So I think a nice ban here would be Void. You agree?
I think Escape can maybe handle a Void, but it's always a lot riskier to leave it in than just take care and ban it out. It is going to be a Penguin check hero that they're looking for on the Pro Dota side, though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he could play Bat Rider Ping and then give Kefka.
I feel like
the Void.
There have been mid Bat Riders mostly now, so that's why I thought that. But you say Kefka's Bat Rider, so
yeah, most of the time he is, but Penguin check can definitely pick it up.
We'll have to see. It's still open for debate here. In weird cases, we might have a Luna mid as well. It wouldn't do too bad, but unlikely. You will have, the thing is that even running any kind of mid, you will have that Kunkka support as well. So Come With Me has shown that he has been a good roamer and able to assert the right sort of pressure on points of the map. So we'll have to see what they decide to ban. They're thinking.
If you're Pro Dota looking for a mid laner, what you want is someone who's going to be happy to pick up a Yule Scepter, get rid of that Global Silence, keep yourself safe up against the burst combos of Escape. If you have that, you're probably going to be fine. Between that and the Shadow Demon Disruption, there's just a lot of defensive power to keep your mid laner alive. Not going to be an Alchemist.
They had enough.
Yeah. Penguin Check usually plays a lot of Timbersaw, plays a lot of Alchemist. But you're going into a Silencer, now you're going into Invoker too. There we go. Mid lane's not going to be an easy lane to play as Pro Dota.
As Bat Rider? Yeah, probably not. But what will be good here? Trying to wreck my brain.
I think Death Prophet is pretty good here.
DP, you think? I think DP will get ganked too easily. But okay. This one does decent. I feel like it's not amazing, but it'll do decent.
Like, the issue with picking up the mid laner is that you're going up against a lot of burst, you're going up against an Invoker with a lot of roam, and you're going up against a Global Silence. So if you pick up someone like a Puck, you just get Global Silence, and then you get crushed, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you have to pick up a kind of resistant to Global Silence hero. TA, DP, who already casted her ultimate, isn't going to care about that, so it's an okay pick, and with the Luna is definitely going to be a lot stronger. But still, there's just so many offensive heroes on the Escape Gaming squad that the TA with kind of the low-ish range may still not be safe enough.
I kind of feel like the TA is also partially due to needing that burst that comes with the Bat Rider. Because the Bat Rider, you don't want to trouble your Luna in the early stages with your the first few pulls. So your Luna probably won't be there in the fights to capitalize on that lasso or whatever. But your Templar Assassin, on the other hand, could help with a quick Mel Strike with the Refraction to do a lot of damage to any target that's been locked down. And you could actually see a very easy kill come out with just the TA and the Bat Rider alone. So we'll have to see what it does. And also another thing, of course, it does do very well against Jug while he's spinning, because you're able to strike him where it hurts. So I kind of like the TA pick. It's not too bad. There isn't a lot of DOT on the side of Escape apart from Silence's Curse, but We'll have to see how they run it. You know, Syndrome, he's gonna be playing that silencer. It's gonna be Yepzo on his famed Mirana. And it's gonna be Keizu finally going back to the Sand King. What do you say?
What is this silencer helmet?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate
It's
this one.
Chaos Knight.
Yeah, it's
right.
Yeah, I don't even like the original one. It's from TI this year.
You put that hat on Chaos Knight and it looks perfect.
Yeah.
Whoever made that should be shot.
This is the one you get from spectating First Bloods at TI, and you open the chest and the items are red. It came with the same set as the Nyx Assassin, like icicles kind of stun thing. Yeah, it's not good. I really
nice,
dislike
I guess,
it.
But it's not silencer. It's Chaos Knight.
I don't like it. I don't even like how the effect of the last word. I think the blue last word is nice. This last word looks weird. But
red
I was just about to ask you what you thought about it. But yeah, it's not my thing. The only one that I really liked that was red was the Drow Ranger bow. No, the Drow Ranger quiver that gave the special gust animation. That one's nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's nice.
I don't know. I'll have to see how his particle effects look before I judge him on that. But this helmet is not Silencer's helmet. It doesn't belong. He stole it from Chaos Knight. Seriously.
You mean Dragon Knight?
Yes, Dragon Knight. The player that Syndrome's playing Dragon Knight. He stole it from Chaos Knight. Ira, by the way, is hit with a lot of napalm. He's gonna have to purge that off. Get that.
Yeah. Arrow might still be tilting from last game. His Razor died non-stop. So, alright, we're going to be running through the teams very quickly so that we can get some introductions to the board. We already have some tips going on throughout the lanes. We have Quickfire playing the Invoker. We have Syndrome playing Silencer / Chaos Knight / Dragon Knight. We have Keizu playing his Sand King, I think back in his comfort zone against Goddess Luna. We have the Biver Shadow Demon again. We have Era playing the Juggernaut. We've got Kafka playing the Bat Rider. We could come with me once again. Can be reprising his role as Kunkka with Boots first. So we'll see how well he does this time round. And already looking to shut down this TA. Here's the Silencer pick. First level Curse of the Silent. It's being annoying little. Yeah. It's being a twerp.
You have Mirana just pure jungling right now, and they're just pure dual laning the mid lane. This is gonna cost Ira. He's gotten no CS so far. Keizu's now going up against a 2v1, which he can maybe get a kill off of if Biver becomes really careless. But other than that, should be always taking a lot of poke damage until Yapsra actually comes in and helps. But still, Ira is just screwed in this scenario. Like, he can't do anything with a Kunkka harassing him. He can't really fight back against that. And once the Bat Rider decides to fight, they could easily force Blade Fury every single time just by casting Firefly, and then eventually Juggernaut's gonna run out of mana because it's so expensive, and then they can go for the kill. So they need to help this bottom lane very quickly.
I like this Curse of the Silent Harassment. Look at this TA. Oh man, you thought TA would be good, but Silencer just gonna sit in your lane. Yes, there's a little bit of EXP sapping, but with the amount of lane control that the Invoker is dishing out, the TA, he's facing down a rock wall in terms of this dual lane gank lineup. And now we already see Come With Me gonna land his 8 here. The Torrent is gonna be a little bit off the mark there, so Quakefoot will not be under tower scrutiny for now. I kind of remember this dual lane. Do you remember this from the first game of Escape Gaming? That we watched this tournament. Yapzor with his early arcanes from farming the jungle, and then he and this Sand King just using that arcane boots to maximum efficiency, just constant nuking. And I think Biver will be the target of an arrow right now. And I think they might even prime it with a nice level 2 Barrel Strike. There we go, the arrow flying at Biver. Getting hit, that's first blood. Going to the Scorpion. And Regatta might actually get caught as well. They jump forward with the leap. The cooldown on Barrel Strike in 2 seconds. I'm surprised he's not going in there. And the slow comes out from the Caustic. So just moving aside there. So 2 kills. That is why I've said so many times that the Sand King Caustic is just one of the sickest buffs in the early game Sand King dynamic. And right now, Escape Gaming seems to have found their new breath of life from game number 2. Yes, Era is suffering, but still, they are doing a great job in the other lanes. And they all force support off the lane, so sooner or later, you'll give some space to Jug.
I'm not really sure who decided it would be a good idea to give Sand King a permanent 30% move slow on right click. Doesn't seem like a good idea to me, but
Are you
hey,
calling
I'm not an
Sand
Ice
King
Frog's
OP?
crew. What do I know? I know nothing. So, Kazu's gonna have a pretty good start
Oh,
there, but now
disruption.
he's gonna get jumps. There's the corner
Power
combo.
strikes
Oh,
away.
he dodges it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, they can beam him. They're not gonna kill him. He's got
He
tranquil
really
boots
can't
as well.
die as Sand King.
Sand King is such a fun hero now. And he's
Well,
got
now
he's got some
courier.
really nice hats as well. He's got the nice immortal that makes the power strike really cool.
Regeneration.
I really like
This
that
is
one.
the one, right?
Oh wow,
Is it?
they're looking to pile in on this mid laner. This Templar's already had a
There's
bad
courier
time,
there.
and here we go. The power strike will fly. The arrow's gonna be dodged. No, sir, will not be. And now it's gonna be -2 for TA. That's the biggest insult to injury, I think. -2. It's like it's enough that you already die. You have a tough lane, but -2. That's the real tilt factor here. And Syndra picks himself up boots. He actually even gets that kill, so it's gonna be boots for him. Syndra will not be the poorest player in this game, I think. Yeah, Shadow Demon takes that spot. And a rare moment here for Syndra. And, well, we have TA coming in there, losing his entire refraction charge right away to the creep wave, as well as the curse. And, yeah, like I said, you see your pull supports off, and Era starts getting farm again, so he's already at level 5. If anything,
sure.
Juggernaut can get away with a little CS loss early game, because he can compensate with some good fights because his spells are really good. So levels still work for him. The Omni Slash could guarantee him a kill, and that's already some money and EXP back.
They just have to make sure to keep applying this pressure. Mirana does have those arcane boots now, so it's very easy for them to constantly go in on this top lane. If they ever let up, then suddenly Era is once again gonna have to deal with the Bat Rider and a Kunkka, and once Lasso comes in, then killing off Era is actually a possibility. So just constantly play aggressively, and now level 3 Sunstrike with the arrow combo should be enough to pop almost anyone they find if they're alone and not in a creep wave. So for Escape, they are gonna run the top half of the map, and sacrificing Era for it in exchange for getting Koikma farm is kind of worth it, because the
It's
Invoker
not even a
this
sacrifice now. Look at him, he's getting all the farm. You're
they're
giving Bat
sacrificing-
Rider a lot of space. That's the thing, I think.
he's not getting as much farm as if he was actually seriously being protected. So they're committing a lot more to giving Koikva a good game than to giving Era a good game. And that's a decent trade because the Invoker is not up against any like super hard counters this game.
Yeah, and you even have the Mirana just running in there, killing the big creeps off the stacks here for the TA. So just messing around with his equilibrium as much as possible. And you already see Yapso at 4.5 there on the roaming Mirana. One of the strengths of the Mirana is just that, being able to just get levels now because of the arrow changes. But now Keizo and Mirana, the dynamic duo, going to be looking for a mid gank once again. They are going to wrap. No, they're going to go wrap bound bottom. They don't want to give this Bat Rider too much space to do work, and he doesn't have lasso actually. He's holding a skill point. No, he isn't holding a skill point. So they're going to push a creep wave in. I think it's time to dive. Mirana gonna time that arrow, prime it right as well. Then the Bat Rider gonna get caught out. There's gonna be the arrow, the epicenter. A lot of ultimates being spent there, but well, not a lot of ultimates, a lot of spells. But the epicenter was spent. I feel like it wasn't necessary with Blade Fury and the arrow hitting for 4 seconds already. So epicenter is still gonna be used, but nonetheless, this will threaten the tier 1 tower a little bit until Come With Me comes to stop the push.
Yeah, using Epicenter before you are really even close to a Blink Dagger is not a big deal.
Yeah.
You pretty much just use it if you can get a kill, and it doesn't really matter if it's overkill. It's fine. Now, once you have Blink Dagger and you overkill with it, then it gets a little bit more costly because there's so much more upside to it, but I think that's fine. You gotta make sure you pressure this Bat Rider, at least somewhat. First of all, Kefka has been having a free time. Second of all, it is Kefka playing the Bat Rider. So it's a much needed move there for the Escape Gaming side to make him. They're actually getting Keizu very, very accelerated. Like his Blink Dagger actually going to be coming up pretty darn quickly, assuming he goes for that item first. Getting that with the Mirana roaming around, with the Invoker prepping those Sunstrikes, which we haven't even seen yet, and Prodota are going to deal with a very, very short map. They won't have much room to do what they want to do.
Oh, TA once again just getting forced out. Come With Me doesn't have X Mark. In this game, I feel like maybe not going with X Mark might be costing him some levels of aggression, because yes, there is a Shadow Demon, but he is babysitting, so there isn't that setup that he can reliably go in with. So it's it's not effective this game. Come with me. He's not had a good game this Kunkka. And Escape are capitalizing hard on it. Yapstor's already got Arcane's got Earn. Level 3 Starstorm. There's quite a decent amount of burst damage if you get the lock on someone. And Keizu gonna farm his last stretch of that Blink Dagger in the jungle.
Pingmanchek's kind of starting this game off, not really like behind, but not really where you want to be either. As a Templar Assassin, it is a little bit behind as far as your income is concerned, especially TA running with a Luna on the same team. You kind of want to get off to an early start with both these two heroes. You don't really want to sit back and let the enemies get their skill levels up, because then it gets so much more difficult, especially as a Luna where you're really prone to being burst down. So it's kind of the fact that Templar Assassin and Kunkka can't easily go in for an Invoker, even if Invoker was alone. Like, he's had Syndrome the entire time with them. Who, by the way, is going to run into a Kunkka, and he's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, he did manage to dodge the axe, though. And now the Moonlight comes in. They will not get the kill. He might get a tier 1. I think they'll get a tier 1. Yeah. 4-0. It's a great game for Escape so far. The trades are coming in for Prodota. They're trying to get that. The Bat Rider going down. Another epicenter being expended there. The Sunstrike just for fun in the trees. And it's 5-0 now for tier 1 tower. And what is Casey doing? Oh yeah, he's gonna go for a deep ward here. Yep, gonna go for a deep ward. It's kind of a later investment when they do push for that tier 2. And Era already catching back up. He is going Battle Fury, I think, or it could be a Vanguard build on the Juggernaut.
That's not bad here up against Pro to have a lot of right click.
Invisible Shadow Demon, has to be careful. But yeah, Invoker has got his Midas already, and another really smooth sailing start here for Quakefer on the Invoker. And the last time that happened, he ended the game 11-0, 10-0, something like that. So something they certainly have to take into consideration. Gata gonna get harassed here by Syndrome. I've never seen Syndrome so aggressive with his supports. You know, being able to go toe to toe against that hard carry just shows how great of a game he's been having.
It's so great for Syndrome, and still he's on the bottom of the net worth chart. Pretty standard stuff there for Escape Gaming, but he is level 6, and really, as a silencer, if you get level 6 at a decent time, and if you're still able to get experience, you're happy. Farm, you know, maybe not all the time, but experience is really all you need, and it's gonna be a lot easier for him to get involved in these fights since his Sand King has such fast Blink Dagger on the way. So Sand King kind of enabling the silencer to play more aggressively. Same thing for the Invoker and the Mirana, who could all kind of pile onto that. Prodota in the meantime, their Kefka Bat Riders got the Arcane Boots. So you know, he's going for a very laning based build with this. But Blink Dagger is going to be needed for him if Prodota actually want to start things off on their own terms.
Yeah, a lot of items are needed, but going for Arcane Boots first means that he'll have a better mana management, but it's not gonna be the quickest Blink Dagger. It's already 12 minutes in. Usually you get it by 8. So, but TA though gonna be farming the huge ancient stack to help her catch right back up from those early deaths. Wow, Epso building into his Aghanim's. Keizu finally having his Blink Dagger money, and I do think they know that this ancient stack is happening, but I don't think they can do much about it.
Yeah, they should assume that Pingmanchek's going to be at least packing relevant items soon, whether it's Blink Dagger or Desolator in this game. Deso to take down towers is looking really good for Prodota, since they should be able to get that and the Blink Dagger on Bat Rider at around the same timing. Make a very aggressive play and take a tier 1 or a couple of tier 1s. So they will have
Arrow.
That working for them. Arrow.
Wow. Talk about scouting. That was just unfortunate.
That close to max length? He definitely knows he hit someone there.
Yeah, he pinged it out. He and yellow.
Yeah.
Purple and yellow pinged it out. Quakefer gonna stay away from the trees. Doesn't want to get ganked there from the forest. And yeah, PD grasping at straws here. They're trying to find someone. And anyone that shows their hit right now, this probably isn't paying attention. So I don't think they're doing that. Both teams are one game from elimination. I know the scoreboard doesn't reflect that, guys, but both teams are 1-1 now. So it's pretty much just one more win on either side to knock out the other. And we'll take this time to look at the gold graph, about 4,000 in favor of the Radiant. And how Era has been doing, his net worth, slowly but steadily, reaching that 5k mark, about to overtake with Luna. And the bounce back here, they go for the disruption. They got that lasso, but can't really do much. But the illusions immediately go in with the crit on Jug, but he does have his illusion, so...
Era's going for the Battle Fury, so even though his start hasn't been the best, it is going to be a situation where he can at least remain in parity with the Templar Assassin and the Luna, who the TA actually does have the Blink Dagger right now, so it's only 100 gold until Kefka gets his. If Prodota don't make a significant play then they're going to be in a little bit of trouble because they're being so far outfarmed by Quakefa, but bottom lane, some action.
Oh, Barrow Strike coming in, Keizu coming in with the Global Silence as well as the Epicenter. Gonna find Kefka on that Bat Rider, and now Gada. Is there a threat of the Omni Slash though? There is. He should go in now with the Omni Slash. No, he does not. He doesn't pick his target in time, and he gets blown up. A little bit of indecisiveness. The Omni Slash, I'm pretty sure, would have saved him from the Eclipse nuke. And level 1 Eclipse doing work there from Gata, getting the kill on that Juggernaut. So what turned out to be a great initial trade turned out to be a positive one for PD instead, as they get the hard carry of Era. 6-1 now, getting the first kill on the board for the team of the Dire. And they might even go for a counterplay here on that tier 1 bottom.
Yeah, they have the Luna damage. They can take this tower down pretty quickly. The issue is, though, they did use their Eclipse there. They, I guess, pulled out the Global Silence, the Epicenter and whatnot, but also lost their tier 1 tower. So the fact that Era died isn't really that big of a deal, since Quakefa is still farming elsewhere. Tier 1 mid lane is gone, plus he has the fastest Aghanim Scepter you'll ever see on an Invoker ever.
Yeah.
Animatus Ags 15 minutes. Like, this guy is gonna... He has one level of Invoke and Aghanim Scepter. Like, that's so awkward.
I don't know, man. The last time I saw him get so much money, first he went for travels to maximize the greed, but this time he didn't go for it. I think he wants to exert more pressure. He's thinking more along the lines of his team and wanting to help out in the fights more. I expect him to be pumping out those invoke levels soon enough, so we'll see.
He's running around and playing PvE. Like, he has not interacted with any pro Dota hero recently.
Oh, Roshan. The arrow's gonna fly. It's gonna check things out. Misses on the Aegis, but the Sunstrike will come. Does it take the Roche? No, it does not. So it was close. It was close.
Well, they're looking to make that trade, Roshan for the tier 2. And Pro Dota are going to run through Mirana, so they will also be running through a ton of Observer wards. Escape can probably just brute force this one down, but they're deciding on falling back instead. Kind of interesting decision there, but Blink Lasso is up. And well, Escape probably just want to get Invoker a couple more points of Invoke. Like, level 1 Invoke with Aghanim Scepter
seems
isn't
like a
really
huge
super
waste.
impressive. 16-second cooldown, still a lot.
But the thing is, the Aghanim Scepter does add +1 to all your spells, so there's that.
That's true.
So it's not completely pointless, but yeah, I get what you mean. It reduces the mana cost of it as well. And the warning pings come out from his teammates, and Quakefa is gonna back off. Alright, so we've taken a slower turn now to this game. The heroes are starting to farm, and the Juggernaut has picked up his Battle Fury, so there's always that. He has to pick up a couple more items though. Still really squishy.
Escape do have the luxury of just sitting back and farming to some extent. They have to watch out for Bat Rider plays. But they have the Global Silence to keep them safe. They have the Battle Fury and the Hand of Midas as kind of like farm payoff items. And of course Mirana is still gunning for that Aghanim Scepter. So they can afford to play this at this pace if they really want to. I don't think it's in their best interests. I think it's probably better to look for a way to use the Omni Slash, a way to use the Blink Dagger on the Sand King, and get some of those pickoffs, constantly apply the pressure. But with the enemy team having an Aegis, it's probably a little bit safer just to wait that one out.
Well, they have the GS now, so there's not much fear. They want to give Jug the time to farm up maybe a Manta or even his Blink Dagger first to be more effective in the fights. But it does look like PD want to take the fight to them, because they are pushing this tier 1 and they're having the Luna to slide in from the east side with the level 2 Eclipse. So Syndra has to be very careful here. They do have the level 1 Glyph. Will they use it? Yeah, they Glyph. And they will drop the curse on the TA again. So the refraction charge is just going to be chipped away. And it does look like they are not going to contest this tower. So a freebie in tier 1, but it will buy space for the Juggernaut.
Grabbing a tier 1 right now with Prodota's draft isn't really that big of a deal. Like, yeah, they get the gold, but they have a Luna and a TA. Those are pretty much just gimme objectives for the Prodota side. So they really do need to force an objective into a tier 2, which is a little bit more of a battle for them. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be Escape willing to defend that one, since they're gonna smoke actually under a Dire Observer ward. That kind of sucks.
No
for
pings
Escape,
coming out though. Were they pings?
Pingman check just pinged.
Okay.
So maybe they actually saw it. It's impossible to miss it, right? Like,
A huge bunch of
what are the
colors
chances of
disappear
them
off the map.
missing it?
Oh, it might happen. Here comes the Moonlight Shadow.
might have missed
We
it.
could be seeing a huge fight coming in. The Sentry Ward, though, now they will find immediately catch on to Gata, though. But the Alpha Wolf just tanks it up, but never mind. Keizu's here with the deeps. Gets the kill on the Luna. Now the Bat Rider pulling in on that Mirana. Mirana will leap out of there. The Burrow Strike once again. Keizu now stepping up to the plate. Will be actually burned down by the Bat Rider, but a big kill there on his Sand King will actually get the job done. But now Era spinning through this, a very awkward position for him as he will get slowed by the TA trap. No, out of this. Yep, he will not be getting out of there. And again, like I said, the Templar Assassin just really strong against heroes like the Juggernaut. You know, he relies on that magic immunity. She just cuts you open with that Desolator Mel Strike, taking out all your armor pretty much. Pocket amplified damage, if you will. And suddenly the team fight is not so hot here for Escape as they face 2,000 gold loss in that fight. So, yeah, very, very eh. The Global Silence started off great, and the arrow would have been greater if it had landed on Gata. But nonetheless, they get the kill on the Luna. But they lose a couple other heroes to the counterplay. Oh, was that a snipe?
Kefka top lane. The Invoker just caught him with the Cold Snap and the Forge Spirit.
Yeah.
So pretty easy kill there. Koikfa and Keizu, they're definitely playing on point right now. I have no idea what the hell Iro was doing in that fight. He was like walking around, had a chance to Omni Slash for free kill on a Bat Rider, decided instead to walk around until he was dead. So I don't know. Like it was Escape essentially taking that fight without their Juggernaut because he just didn't do anything, and Prodota kind of got a free roll from that. But still, having Ira behind isn't really a terribly huge deal. Having him still this far behind is kind of concerning, but you can afford to have a Juggernaut who's behind if you have an Invoker who's this disgustingly far ahead. Now at this point, level 3 Invoker,
Man.
4-second cooldown, he's ready to carry this game by himself.
Yeah, but the Aegis expires, so that's not opening for Escape. They have Global Silence in 15, and I think that's what Keifa is doing. It's like, guys, let's go knock on their door and bring the fight to them. Well, Prodota, they're going to be happy to oblige you. They do have the Bat Rider, one of the more annoying heroes to siege up against, because, you know, any moment, one of your guys could be pulled in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Prodota do find a decently successful fight. Unfortunately, there's Global Silence and everything else once up again, and this is a Moonlight Shadow play, and Ping is kind of nearby. Never mind, they're going for Ancients, so gank those Ancients, got them. But Prodota, they aren't really going to be feeling comfortable going into this until this BKB is up on Garter, at least. Ideally for Pingman check as well. Gotta respect that Global Silence.
Oh, Keizu. Not going for the Aghanim Scepter this time round, as you normally see on Sand Kings. Getting the Eel Scepter for the X dodge, which is very, very acceptable, I would say. But once he gets the Aghanim Scepter, though.
Yules for Eclipse and Lasso as a response is also really good.
Blocks X mark as well. When it's about to send him back. I hear an X mark. Koka going forward, leaving up the creep wave.
But it's I think it's
safe.
mostly your ally gets lassoed, you just lift the Bat Rider and then he doesn't do anything, or if you get solo eclipsed, you just get rid of that by using yourself. It is a defensive item, yes, but it's pretty darn perfect in the scenario against what he's going up against.
There is always that Luna SD thing that is very easy to overlook. That thing does so much damage with the glaives in combat. It's pretty much just outputting 140% in Luna's base damage for those few seconds. So very scary so far, but TA, the Desolator and the 3,600 gold. What is up for this TA? What's next?
Well, first top lane, Koikva is caught.
Oh no, the Eclipse comes out as well. He immediately goes into Ghost Wall. Do they have detection? Yes, they do. And they will actually pick him off with the dust. So, Invoker going down. That's quite a bit of gold. 460 going to the Luna.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's a big kill for Pro Dota. The Luna especially needs that cash to complete up her BKB, which should be done. It is done along with Penguin Check. So now's go time for Pro Dota. They have their perfect responses to all the spells of escape, and they're mostly a spell-based draft. So TA and Luna, they'll be able to do whatever the hell they want. They have the luxury of Shadow Demon Luna-ing these towers if they really need to, or they can force the fight with the Bat Rider, who also has his response to the Global Silence with that Yule Scepter. So Pro Dota, they have absolutely everything they could possibly want right now. They should abuse the fact that Ira is having such a slow game. Just keep going before he's able to get a chance to recover with that Battle Fury.
The thing about Yule Scepter to counter global is that you're still taking yourself out of the fight for at least 2.5. So it ruins the immediacy effect for your global silence already. Sometimes you need to respond right on the dot. But now you go, there you go. This cloning of the Lunas, and look at that building go with the Desolator as well. The Creep Wave melts. And I feel like Escape are not taking this seriously. They're porting now, but they lost their tier 3.
Well, that was a lot better of a push than I expected. No one's out. Everyone's out, right? I think they're all
They
fine.
should get out.
Oh no, Luna got caught.
Oh wow, that's gonna be big. The Sun Strike as well is gonna land, and boom, down he goes. Invoking a new spell, the Tornado will find Biver. Ooh, a little bit short there. I think he's still gonna give chase. He does have Cold Snap. He does have the wall, and now gonna snap him with the Cold Snap. He'll be not, he'll not be going back the way he came, and will be sent back to the well there. 10-6 there. Invoker sets up 2 nice kills for his team, along with the Sand King helping out. So his tier 2 is gonna fall, but yeah, losing tier 3 the top was kind of questionable. Maybe they just didn't want to fight it.
I mean, they could have at least just like put heroes there to make it more scary for Pro Dota to go in like that. So they could have just delayed it out and not gone to a fight anyway. But yeah, that being said, it is still going to be Pro Dota grabbing a couple of towers. Probably worth it since Penguin Check's the one who's more important to keep alive than their own Luna. They're still going to be able to go for the bottom lane. They didn't pull out any ultimates, but they also didn't use any BKB charges, which is very important up against the Radiant. So they're still going to go in for this one. Bottom lane, Yapzor going to TP in. He's not going to find anything, I don't think. Oh, Ira's got a Blink Dagger. Maybe they can kill him off after
Omni
all.
Slash. Oh, the arrow, the Cold Snap just times it right, and now Pain getting caught out. The boat is here, though. He's going to buy some time. And I kind of feel that Arrow holds onto this Omni Slash way too much. Has he even Omni Slashed this game?
No. He's had opportunities also. Maybe,
I mean,
maybe that one was
fearing
a
the
little risky 'cause
meld.
They have no true sight.
Yeah, fearing the meld, but still.
It's better than having it available to you literally all game long and never using it.
Well, rough game
He's
for
like
Era.
He's scared of meld, and he's also scared of disruption.
Yeah.
Like kind of canceling that Omni Slash.
Still.
And Yule Scepter, I guess.
I feel like the TA was just perma-stunned with the Cold Snap there. The Omni Slash would have compounded that. But guess not. Error, please use it. Omni Slash is a good spell.
I agree.
If anything, it helps cut some of the hit points down.
Oh, he got Kezu.
The life pulls down.
He's a gem, actually. That's a pretty nice one.
Power of a Bat Rider over there. And now with the Desolator TA, it's going to be another quick Roshan. So one death transitions into a huge advantage for the Comfort stack. Would you consider yourself surprised that PD beats Escape Gaming?
Well, I can't hear you.
Well, would you consider yourself surprised if Escape lose the series? Or is Pro Dota up there on par with them?
I do think Pro Dota or Escape are the favorites. I think by how this game's going, though, I don't think Escape Gaming are in a great spot. So I wouldn't be too surprised given the context of this game. But hey, killing Kefka's a decent start. Gets rid of the Cold Snap, but he's still in a lot of trouble.
Oh, there we go. Omni Slash. There we go. Good spell. Nope, not
Didn't
gonna be
do
enough.
anything.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Not gonna be enough damage.
Maybe next time.
Yeah. Well, maybe that. See, then you say, all right, see, Lysander. That's why I don't use the Omni Slash. Because he looks embarrassing.
Omni Slash didn't kill him. It's such a bad spell.
Embarrassing. We'll see. They are still hanging around Dire jungle technically, so.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, Garter's got himself an invis, and he's got the jump on Quakefa. But Lincoln
Radiant's
Spear
middle
is up
tower
with Blink
has been
Dagger and
denied.
Ghost Walk and Mirana nearby. The Garter needs help. Oh, the scan! Wow.
Mad plays. But yeah, he did this Lincoln's thing the other day as well as a tech build against some certain heroes like Glimpse. But now, it's good against the Demonic Purge, good against the Bad Pull. So, all's fine. Oh, come with me.
Just a little bit of a defensive mix in here. For
Meatball's
Escape
gonna
Gaming,
come.
they are just getting Era a little bit more farm. Quakefa, he has all of this gold right now, but it is Prodota still with the Aegis, so for Escape, they're not really super eager to make aggressive plays, and it seems like the aggression is going to come towards them. You cannot ignore the top lane push this time, Escape. That would be a very bad idea. But they have their Aegis, they have their BKBs still pretty fresh, 10 and 9 seconds.
Wow,
yeah,
Starstorm. Clearing out the
Okay.
creep wave.
But we got
That's
Luna
one way.
illusions, so that's always fun.
Yeah, you're looking at range Rex just melt away. And what can you really do? These are not real Lunas. Oh, there we go. Gonna stun up the TA. Ah, the arrow's gonna miss due to a lack of miscommunication. But there's a BKB on his TA. I'm not sure how they want to approach this. The Rex is already gone. And TA is still just gonna be farming. The illusions will handle the rest. And
They had
Radiant's top
5
barracks
seconds left
has
until the global silence, which otherwise they probably would have went for a fight. But giving up Raxes for free like that, I don't really know if that's the play either. Like, Prodota now have a giant advantage in that top lane for the rest of the game, not to mention, you know, less gold from Escape going up towards there. Still a little bit more time with this Aegis to actually go for another lane, possibly. Mid lane doesn't have a tier 2. I don't know if they can get there fast enough, but still, they've gotten themselves a solid amount of time where they're running the map, and Escape Gaming are kind of scared in their base.
I wanna point out this purchase by the Shadow Demon Lotus Orb it's a lot of a better response item against global silence because you can actually dispel the silence immediately from a teammate and allow them to act through that global. You can also use it preemptively, of course, to reflect spells on your opponent. But overall, I think the debuff is why you want to get it as well because it allows you to bail someone out as well as protect them from single targets. So very good.
Best case scenario also, actually, no, that pretty much is the best case scenario. There's nothing really fantastic to reflect. Although you can reflect Omni Slash, which is always hilarious. They're going to go for the bottom lane tower, and if Escape don't defend top Raxes, I'm pretty sure they're not going to defend the bottom lane tier 2. So it should be a free gimme there for Prodota.
Tier 2
and
lives matter.
Their farm is starting to take off.
Well, Invoker is still sitting at an absurd number.
Radiant's
There's that.
bottom tower is under attack.
Wow, this tier 2 melts.
He's the only one, though.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Syndra's still at the
Are they
bottom.
not going to teleport back? They got to come back now.
There you go, TA.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Blinking at the tier 3 tower. Who's gonna stop him?
Dire's
Blink
middle
Dagger is
tower
there.
is under
He's gonna eat the arrow though. It's a 5-second one. They're gonna go with the double Starstorm, and there we go. Gets the Aegis, and that's a free Aegis. I think that's as good as it's gonna get for them. But the Power Strike will start. There's their global silence, and now the Bat Rider jumping into nothing. The EMP will fly. The disruption will save the TA from any further harassment. But global silence is used. The tier 3 falls.
has fallen.
Prodota have BKBs still. They can still fight this if they really want to, especially if the Bat Rider is able to grab someone. You know, mid lane kind of pushing in towards the Dire, same thing for the top lane, but no global silence. You still have your big spells also. Yeah, you have no Aegis, but I think this is still something that is worth Prodota's time. I think they should stick around and see what else they can get.
Yeah, they just have to be careful not to walk into one of those big eclipses. Because they're gonna be fighting. Oh wow, they're doing the big old wrap around. The Bat Rider though is gonna get caught out. The Eul Scepter. I'm not sure if that was a mistimed one, but nope, they will get the Bat Rider in the end. Now the BKB is activated for the Luna. He's deploying his Eclipse. There's so many beams. Yamsar going down, but Omni Slash, good item. Well, good spell. I mean, it's gonna do so much damage, and the TA chasing him down with the BKB. He blinks away out of there though, but got him with the triple kill on that Luna. And well, in the end, the Kunkka does survive there on 1 HP. The armlet just keeping him alive. And I guess Omni Slash isn't as good as they said it would be because a lot of his teammates died instead.
I mean, Omni Slash and Eclipse are kind of they're very similar spells, right? And Eclipse level 3 hit just a little bit harder than that Omni Slash. Mostly focused into the Mirana, who actually did buy back into that and didn't do anything with the buyback. So Prodota, they end up using their Aegis, their BKBs rather, and they're still getting a lot of relevant items on their heroes. They'll have another Batrider up. They will be probably fighting into a Global Silence, but it just seems like the timing of these fights is working out slightly better for Prodota. They can constantly beat into the Escape Gaming squad, and this time there may be Global Silence, but there will be no Omni Slash, there'll be no Epicenter. Prodota, I still think it'll be in their best interests to keep forcing fights.
Oh, there's your Juggernaut going in there deep. The Lotus Orb though, gonna bail him out, and well, the Jug doesn't have any kind of chase potential, so he leaves the Shadow Demon alone. I thought Shadow Demon's gonna die there, but Era is criminally poor. Okay, he's holding on to 3,000 gold, so it's not as poor as I thought, but still holding on to 3,000 gold. It's not a nice feeling.
He's gonna have buyback, I guess. That's for sure.
He's gonna have buyback,
They're
but
really gonna try to poke out of their base
if you're
right now.
useless, buying back won't help. For the Luna, very stacked now. Dragonlance, Io Skadi, as well as that BKB. Helmet Dominator as well.
She's just trying to tank for Ping Check. Just be a frontliner, or at least as much of a frontliner as a Luna can be. And let the TA do all the damage, do the assassinating. It's in her name after all. So I think this is never really going to be a bad build, but in this game with the TA on your side, it's definitely going to be the preferred build.
Yeah, and it feels like Escape lost their direction. You know, they don't know what to do anymore. They're just floundering about. I mean, they're letting Era farm, but they're not doing anything but farm now. And I don't know, applying pressure might be the better choice of action here. Do you agree? Or the item's really that important?
I'm not really sure if there's any like big item that'll swing things on their side. Like Syndra's not going to get anything hugely relevant. Kizu might get something that'll help him get an Epicenter off, but even then there's, you know, BKBs on everyone on Prodota. Yapstar's pretty much topped out at this stage, and Ira just seems a little bit lackluster in this game regardless of what he gets. He probably is just at this point not able to ever manfight the TA, and he'll also struggle to manfight the Luna. It's just hard for him to do enough damage versus the Luna, so yeah, I'm not really sure what Escape are supposed to do right now, except for look for pickoffs. Like, try to use Moonlight Shadow as often as they can, and just try to catch that one guy off guard.
The one thing I'm concerned about this Skadi build that Era is trying to build into is the lack of damage. I mean, Skadi gives you a lot of tank, gives you that chase with the slow, but is it enough to punch through the Coco Rum as well as the, no doubt, extremely farmed Luna? You need to take her out ASAP before her Satanic will heal her up late game, so you need to have that kind of damage instead of, I mean, the tankiness is important, but focusing on the tankiness now, I don't know, it might work for them.
Well, I mean, you can't go Blast Cannon as Ira, that's way too dangerous, so you gotta mix in like some health to some degree. He does have the Manta Style, so getting the stats on the illusions is gonna be like kind of double value from that, so I think this is a reasonable way to go, but still, it's not up right now, so I don't know why they're just going in with like an ultimate orb timing. Prodota are doing pretty well to stick together and make sure they don't get caught.
Already gonna be beginning is the TA. Daedalus up and running, but I'm not sure Escape know about this. Are they gonna take this line down? They are.
Yapstor's throwing an arrow. Doesn't look like that'll hit on anyone on the other side.
Hits Roshan for them. Luna's gonna be happy about that one. Cheese and Aegis going over. The illusions will show, but Batrider.
Alright, well, this is gonna be really hard for Escape to deal with because Aegis, Cheese are already good answers to a Global Silence, plus they have the BKBs, plus they have the Eul Scepter, and now double Lotus Orbs, so Global Silence isn't even that great anymore for Syndrome because there's so many answers being built on Pro Dota.
Boat,
They can-
Era,
Era.
careful, one strike here. The Daedalus could actually pick him off if he's not careful, but there's your Scotty paying off, I guess. There's your Scotty paying off. But it nearly got him.
Force him out. Koikva's gonna try to split push. With the travels, that's pretty fast.
Yeah.
But the line is drawn. I think if Pro Dota just commit like 2 heroes towards bottom lane, just never stop pushing that and have one guy defend up towards top against the Invoker, they should be okay to at least make a Rax play right now.
Oh, without the backup, might not be wise because that Sven game, they went in without their Sven, got caught.
They're really going for mid though. Not really sure why they're not just pushing bottom. Everyone's drawing lines to push bottom, but no one's actually pushing bottom.
Oh, it's gotta be a team decision. Can't split it up and have that game 1 disaster happen all over again. But what can the TA really build up from here? Any more damage items? Maybe you could get maybe a MKB to deal with Jug's Inevitables Butterfly.
Yeah, like just raw damage is never really going to be bad. Mixing in a little bit of health, like kind of your Eye of Scotty type item, is going to be better versus the Invoker. Although BKB 8 seconds, it's still decent. You don't really want to lean on that entirely. So Pingman Check may want to mix in a little bit of that, or you can just go Glass Cannon. That's good too. We got a wraparound from Pro Dota though, from Escape though.
Yeah. Another round of that, and this time they already caught on the low ground. The Sand King only gets 1 target though, and that's not the best one, but they do get a kill nonetheless. Now the Invoker, he's gonna get lassoed up. The Eclipse is gonna do so much damage. Quakefa forced off the way. He walks away, nearly gets out of there in time. Now the Yomi Slash goes through, hitting the TA a couple of times. The Epicenter coming up from Keizu. It might be the hold of the century as they do take out 1 hero, 2 heroes. Luna about to lose her Aegis, but this time will she be able to survive the second one? And the crit lands on the Juggernaut as he runs away, and the Invoker did buy back into this fight there. So Keizu may have landed one of the biggest epicenters of his life, but now they need to hold again without those ultimates and then relying fully on this Invoker. Very unfortunate that he got lassoed there because he was part of their defense plan, but that was great, jumping in from the side 2 times. They tried to go for this back end play, and they did actually land those kills perfectly. So Gata had that Aegis, but without that Aegis, it would have been a really different fight. Batrider doesn't have his ultimate for 20 seconds. The X-Mark just looking for a target to blow up for now.
Radiant's bottom barracks
And,
are
King
under
also got a really good cheese off. He was super low on HP, but he got almost full value out of that. And now he got a full heal by being X-marked back to the fountain, so he was able to get that for free. Escape have, well, not enough heroes, first of all, to deal with this. They don't have any of their
Oh,
big ultimates. They
again,
may not have this
Invoker has to be careful here, but the Silencer, he's the one getting pulled here. Once again, Syndrome being the martyr of the team. The Sunstrike a little bit too far out, will miss there completely. The Tornado will come out, send up the Luna in the air. Still playing safe for now. Syndrome getting caught there. The Battle Strike missing. He's going to be careful. The Luna going in on him. The Force Staff and the X-Mark. Sand King going down. The Mel Strike going to be hitting hard. The Lotus Orb, though, is going to be shielding this Luna. So any kind of single target will be reflected back on opponent's foes. But so far, melee Rex lost, and I feel like that's what PD are here for. The top lane's already pushed in, and PD say, okay, we got another set of Rex. Now we focus our attention middle. Or maybe they go down that lane bottom. I mean, they can smell their victory coming.
At least spend this gold first. 7,300 gold on Pingman Jack. He's gonna ditch the bottle and grab something with a high ticket price, I'm sure. Unfortunately, Luna didn't actually have enough mana to TP back with the travels by the end of that, so they couldn't do the kind of X-Mark shenanigans and keep using the fountain to get them topped up at full HP. It does seem like that was a pretty good run by Escape, but as these buybacks are being expended, Pro Dota they only bought back on the Kunkka, I believe, and that's whatever. You don't really care about him not having buyback in the future. But Pro Dota are keeping their heroes alive. They're getting the Luna and the TA so far ahead of where Escape are right now. So it seems like every fight that Pro Dota take is just going better and better for them.
The main issue is they don't have the damage output from Jug, first of all, and second of all, their most farm player, Invoker, he outputs a lot of magic damage. It's not like he has a drow this time powering his right clicks as well. He's just outputting a lot of magic damage. There's a bit of pure from the Sunstrike. But overall, it's these BKB wielders that are causing the Invoker a lot of trouble. He barely does anything. And I feel like the only way to do it now is to split push, maybe waste a couple of the BKB charges, then try and kite for 5 seconds. Because right now, I see him throwing a lot of spells, and a couple of supports get injured. I'm looking at the replay now on my side, and he did miss a Sunstrike here and there, but overall, it's not enough damage if you can't get the magic past the BKB.
The Invoker can only do so much by himself. At a certain point, up against the threats of Pro Dota and the answers that they have in their items, you need someone else to step up. And Mirana is almost at a shotgun, so maybe that Ghost Scepter into Ethereal Blade will provide just a little bit of extra damage. Maybe that will be the turning factor. But it does seem like Ira, even though his farm isn't bad compared to the enemy Luna, it just doesn't seem like he's doing anything compared to the enemy Luna.
Yeah. You know, another thing I realized when I was going crazy over that fight bottom is that how much this silencer looks like Invoker from the back. That's why I thought that when he got lassoed, I thought that Quakefer got lassoed again because of this purple cape. Is it just me? I mean, if you look in the midst of the fight, it can kind of look similar.
Yeah, if there's like random stuff flying around, I could see it.
Yeah, because if there's like a lot of spells going about, like TA traps, eclipse and stuff, like it's very easy to mistake the hero from afar. I'm not trying to be memey here. I don't know.
Doesn't matter for us, man. As long as Pro Dota don't jump on the silencer thinking they got an Invoker, 'cause that will be embarrassing. It's like, we got him, blow everything on the Invoker, so we kill him, we win. And that's not the case. Although they do
Syndrome pulls off his
getting global, he has no buyback.
And says, worth it. But yeah, Syndrome is the martyr.
Standard.
But what's the issue here? Need 2 minutes? Wait, was that just typed, the need 2 minutes thing?
Yeah, I
didn't see that.
I don't know. So we get to sit here and do nothing. Well, 7,000 gold was spent, or some of the 7,000 gold was spent on a butterfly from TA. So I think she's doing enough damage, has 2,000 health even. That's a lot of damage, man, with no action even turned on. So plus 80 to what you see right now. Oh boy, that's a lot.
There is already not enough damage to kill her, and now the butterfly is going to add so much problems. The move speed from Flutter is also going to be really tricky to circumvent if you're trying to run from her. And yeah, Jug, I don't know when he can get his MKB, but it doesn't look like this fight. And, they're running out of places to hide behind. They already lost 2 sites of Raxus almost, and the last one that stands between them and elimination is this middle lane Rax. So it sucks, man. Yesterday we lost Alliance, and today we could be losing Escape. So we're losing a lot of these nice stacks, favorite stacks. Oh yeah, if you guys are sticking around later tonight, we are going to be watching the Waga stack team level up play against Flipside. So Vance Core's team versus Waga stack. So that could be kind of interesting for you fans of his stream as well. It will be happening later on at 2100 CEST, which is, let me try and do midnight maths.
It's like an hour 20.
Hour 20? Okay.
Yeah.
1 hour 20. So we'll have ourselves a little breather, which should be cool. But overall, this game, it really felt like Escape's supports pulled together, and they did some work, but Era just wasn't delivering. Still 14 to 15.
Yeah.
PD really need that.
Kazu
time.
also kind of fell off. Like, the Epicenter was good, but he's not constantly applying the burrow strikes. It seems like everything he does is just running into a brick wall. The first play he makes in a fight is decent, but he can't really survive long enough to make any future plays, and that is a problem. You need your Sand King to constantly be burrow striking and providing time in those disables so that Ira can actually get in there and right click things. So
Kunkka.
I don't know. Escape this day don't really seem like they're on the
Torrent.
ball.
That was very unfortunate, but now Era, he should know that something is up. He has to be careful. The arrow will fly. You see loot. You can see Mirana here. Bat Rider. He's gonna back off. But yeah, if that Torrent landed, I don't know. Might have been a different story. But Bat Rider's got his own Lotus Orb as well. So the instant silence removal is what I was talking about. Silencer becomes useless when so many people have those counters in the mid late game.
And now we might see the classic Shadow Demon Luna Siege. How much mana regeneration does Shadow Demon have? Not a ton, but enough to withstand, keep this up for a very long time. So just keep shipping in those Luna illusions, and they will eventually take down this tower. Whoa!
That's your global. They find someone on the top lane. The E-Blade does take out the Shadow Demon, so the Mirana getting the kill there. It is a 1-4-0 for now. The global silence does buy them a little bit of time. Here comes the Invoker combo. Do we see it? The Power Strike going to be missing. Double BKBs deployed, but it is a very defensive BKB, so those BKBs will actually time out in short order. Now he has the Eel Scepter, buy himself some time. The Power Strike ready. 1 second. He Power Strikes into the trees. He will have the Blink Dagger. He will blink away. He successfully jukes them all. The lasso comes out, but the Bat Rider doesn't survive. He loses his in to that silencer, and now we're gonna have some trouble. We hear the Sunstrike. Where is it? It's gonna be a little bit wide. Will not land. Where is this stun? Nope, no disable here for this Kunkka, but that was a crazy good fight. Baiting out the BKBs early. And Sand King, I gotta give it to him. He really baited out those BKBs and stalled long enough for him to get out alive as well. We lose the Mirana, but we lose the Bat and the Shadow Demon. But at this point, both BKBs on TA as well as Luna are at its minimum. Or rather, no, the BKB is still 7 for the Luna. But ultimately, that's how they need to take the fights. You know, this gives me a little bit of hope for Escape. You know, it shows that they have the gumption to take such crazy fights. You know, if you're in Pro Dota's seat, you wouldn't expect to get jumped from these kind of angles.
I don't know. I mean, I actually kind of would, because Escape that's how they've taken the last like couple fights. They've done that the past 3 times on the bottom lane. Like, they wrapped around for it. At a certain point on Pro Dota, like, you're kind of expecting them to do that. Maybe you're like, they can't possibly wrap around us again, but they did, and they got a pretty decent pick off on the Shadow Demon. The Luna and the TA made a crucial mistake of clumping up with one another, so that they both had their BKBs pop at the same time. They couldn't kind of layer that for maximum effectiveness. The position from Pro Dota to take that fight was very, very, very awkward. So Escape Gaming find a great angle there, and they win a fight. But is that going to help them to get enough to win the next fight? It really depends on how much Era is able to farm in between these engagements.
He needs that MKB.
Yeah, mostly towards that MKB. He's going to need to get it, but he's not quite there yet. He also needs buyback, so it's a lot more of an expensive item than just an MKB.
Illusion.
Well, still, I like seeing that fight there, and that's one of those great examples. Oh, whoa. That was one of those great examples where you sometimes have to take the fight before going to the high ground, because at the high ground or at the front of your base, the enemy is more cautious. They're already taking up formations. It's a little bit harder to set into a strategic formation. But if you take them outside the base, then sometimes they might just run around like headless chickens, like in that previous fight. The Templar going in, pounding away the Tier 3, Deafening Blast, just stopping this push for now. And sometimes I wish that I think teams are kind of hoping they have a Treant Protector when they're faced with these kind of games, because of how low the towers get chipped over time.
And they can do it with X marks too.
Yeah.
And that's so freaking cheesy. Like, you get the disruption illusions that
There's
are
a
now
counter
gonna
though.
the range axes. You get to put TA with the X marks and just yank her back whenever she's in trouble. They can rat out the Raxes without like committing any real heroes.
Yep. There is a counter to that though. You can get Eel Scepted before you get X back, and that will mean you're stuck there.
Shadows take us.
Alright, they're going in. The Moonlight. There's an Observer Ward that scouts all this though, so I feel like FD will know what's coming for them. But right now, this is a very tense moment if you are a Escape Gaming fan.
Just what are you hiding?
Roshan is spawned, they know. And do they have another smoke?
Sunstrike sees nothing. They could just throw Penguin Check in here by himself and
No,
he
they
could
just
solo
wait for the
vote.
creep wave to push and wait for a Escape hero to
do
TP
that.
back. And still chilling.
bottom lane's already in full breach, so Escape don't have forever.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, now they see Koifa, now they're gonna jump in. Easy.
Yeah. Yarrow though.
Radiant's middle
He
tower
will land
is under
5-second
attack.
arrow onto TA. He has the Lotus Orb. Sunstrike. He's gonna do some damage there. Oh, there goes the Omni Slash. He will immediately, and there's the Nightmare for Era. Gets disrupted while he Omnis. Keizu trying to go for the big plays there. He will get caught. The E-Blade on him by the Miranda will keep him alive there from the damage, but the Eclipse there taking out that Silencer. So Syndron is down for the count there. Keizu still trying to run away, but he is perched up. They will get the Lucent Beam on him, but Era getting a double kill. A triple might be in the future here, but Era still doing the damage he needs to. No, he does not do enough damage. The Deafening Blast now comes out. The Refraction will save him from losing that Aegis though. And well, they lose 2 heroes. The Juggernaut buys back into it. They need to get some big kills to make this one worth it, because the Juggernaut, oh, the Invoker, is looking for a kill here with that TP. Okay. Yeah, so the TA will actually go back with full health now. And X-Mark just really keeps the time needed really short. The BKB available in 6 seconds. They have the cold snap. Do they have the cold snap? Yes, they do. They will snap him up. No, he goes into the melt. A buyback here from the Bat Rider, so I would say that was not bad.
They're going for the win right now.
Yeah, they're going for the win. But I would say that's not bad. Oh, that's a good disruption. But the Purge will come out. The Juggernaut is spinning away on the spot there. The Purge will be down for another 45 seconds. Overall, there's Luna. He's got the Aegis. He's feeling really brave. The Lincolns will pop. The arrow's going to go wide, though. And Kafka taking a lot of damage, but this Rax is taking a lot of beatings as well. The E-Blade going to be deflected there by that BKB usage. Vegata, that means he's used his BKB. And now going in, the Barrel Strike will land. That's the Aegis down. This is the fight time. Ghost Scepter, the Ghost Ship is going to land. And Luna does not get buffed by it though. A little bit late. Will get caught there. The Cold Snap. The Dire now has Mega Creeps, but this is their time to push. If the Escape can get a good wipe here, force buybacks, they still could technically win this one. And now the Epicenter comes in, completely airballs the Templar Assassin, just waiting there for the snipes there. And now they're chasing down Kunkka. They're trying to get any kind of kill, but the Templar is just one-shotting supports left, right, center. Very soon we'll be left with only a few heroes from the Escape squad. And yeah, Invoker trying to chase down heroes, but not going to get it. And immediately PD pull out. They know that Mega Creeps are almost unrecoverable here for Escape, and they might be right here. I don't know. I don't want to be pessimistic, but I think there's no way they hold Mega Creeps.
Yeah, I agree. Like, even that last fight near the Roche pit, the Sand King, I think, jacked the cheese, and he used that, so they had like 2 health bars up for the Sand King, and even that wasn't enough to win them that fight. TA lived by just a little bit of HP, and for Pro Dota, they can probably just push in at their leisure. Test the buybacks for Juggernaut. He doesn't have one, so they could probably let the Mega Creeps do their job, but why do that when you could go and assertively kill the enemies while you're 4v5? Such little downside. Luna can respawn or even buy back and travel in.
The thing is that Jug, for his last item, he went for Vlad's. Like, I mean, he had like a huge amount of gold, then he went for Vlad's.
And Mirana just bought Vlad's too. What the hell?
Like, why?
2 Vlads? This is what we're talking about.
It's not even about the 2
really
Vlads. It's like, why would you choose Vlad's? Why would you choose Vlad's? It could have been MKB, it could have been so many other items. I was wondering why he did so little to Luna, even though he was right in her face critting. And now I got my answer. This is, I don't know, it's just a lot of shortcomings here from all the players overall. I hate to criticize, but this just looks very confusing to me. And now Kefka gonna get caught out. The E-Blade will save Syndron. The Captain will stay alive, but Koifa getting caught there. The Deafening Blast will push them all back, but at this point, it's a little bit too late as Pro Dota Gaming, they'll claim this one. And would you say in convincing fashion? I mean, there have been a few good fights from Escape, but overall, they come with me stacked, man. They come with me stacked. Are they all Romanian, or is it just come with me?
They were able to play their game without the very usual Pro Dota throw moment. Yeah. So, you know, good for them.
They must really want to win this, so... I feel like every year as the TI pool ramps up higher and higher, it just really inspires more and more people, you know, to get their head out of the rump, you know, and not throw games, you know, be more disciplined, you know, try and strive for their passions. And I know Come With Me has been trying to build a Dota team for the longest time. You always see him in teams in and out, trying to form new squads. And I must say I was very impressed with his performance this series. I mean, his team obviously did well, but Come With Me has had a pretty stand-up performance for me. I really like how he's been playing.
He's played like a baller in these games.
Yeah.
Like on Pudge and Kunkka.
Yeah,
Like I don't think
definitely.
we've seen him on anything else, but doesn't matter if it works.
If it works,
Been
it
winning.
works. And because of this win, we'll see them again. So they will be playing up in the next BO3 round. So they're going to proceed further into the bracket. So congratulations to Pro Dota Gaming. And unfortunately for Escape Gaming, they will have to sort out their shortcomings before coming around for the next LAN tournament that they'll be attending. And hopefully by then, it'll be a little bit more pristine, because I do enjoy watching Syndran and Gang. You know, these guys are awesome people in real life. Yepso is a pretty chill guy, has great streams, and ultimately, you know, it sucks to see friends go out in tournaments, but you know, hey, what can you say? Anyway, you have any closing thoughts for this match, or is everything covered at this point?
No, that's pretty much it. Pro Dota, their future opponents either going to be Level Up or Flipside. That's coming up next.
All right, Level Up with Flipside, the Waga stack or the Vanscore stack, right? Yep. All right, so they'll be coming up next. It will be in, oh man, Matt's help. An hour?
Hour 10 minutes.
All right, an hour and 10 minutes. We'll see if the admins push the game forward. It's most likely not going to be the case as with most tournaments, because you know, teams can't join the games on short notice. But if there is, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm just going to close the game now for the VOD. And thank you guys for watching. A big shout out to Epic Esports Events as well as Face It. I'm Lysander. This is Mike Loris. And we'll see you guys in the next series. Don't go anywhere. Much love and Kappa.